Hi. Hi everybody. Welcome back to another video with me. So glad that you tuned in. Hope you're doing really great today. Hope that everything has worked out in your favor and that you ate, hydrated, and ate some fruit. I've always wanted to be a vegan. Like, even in middle school and high school, I just couldn't knock chicken. And that's most people's problem. Like, most people can't stop eating chicken for some reason, but like, there is a reason, because it's literally a bunch of stuff in it that makes it super addictive, along with the other meats. But I feel like chicken is more mainstream, so it's literally everywhere. Like, there are places literally only dedicated to chicken. I feel like there's not as many places dedicated to like steaks and basically just different types of meat. But I just wanted to have a better diet because, I don't know, I just felt like my stomach would hurt. I would get more constipation than I should. It's like I would still be going, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you eat more than once a day, pooping only once a day, every day, is not enough. It's not. If you eat 3 times a day, you're supposed to poop 3 times a day, maybe even 4. Sometimes that happens, like because I only eat twice a day usually. Sometimes I have snacks, but I only eat twice a day. So if I'm not pooping more often, it's kind of like, oh, well, I did eat a lot of bread yesterday, so stuff like that. Another thing is, I kept constantly hearing that meat was just really bad for us. Like, that's the thing. I got more into herbs later on in my life, but my mom was the first person to start really talking to me about herbs and trying to get them in my system and really reading up about them. So I would say, honestly, she started my, not spiritual journey, but like with herbs and being vegan. I feel like all of it's connected, because I live my life the way that I do because I feel like everything is connected in a way. So that's why I try to eat cleaner. That's why I try to be kinder to myself, like, and be more patient with myself. I mean, I'm not perfect, so sometimes I do overthink or just assume the worst, but at the same time, it's like, I know to still talk nice to myself. Like, when I'm really, really upset and really sad, usually I'll talk kindly to myself, because even if I don't feel like I'm happy in that moment, me speaking it into existence can make it true. And honestly, it's actually kind of crazy how fast time flies, but I would say I've been vegan almost 2 years. Don't mind that. Yeah. But anyway, I would say I've been vegan almost 2 years, and that's the thing. I say that I'm vegan, but at the same time, I'm not 100% vegan. Like, I'll still eat stuff that has milk in it sometimes, or it might have butter, or even sometimes eggs. I really try to stay away from that stuff because I know it all causes mucus and pus and all that stuff. And usually these animals are sick or very poorly taken care of. So personally, I try to not overdo it, but some snacks I still like have these things in them, and I make exceptions because, again, not perfect, and everything doesn't really matter, but at the same time everything matters. So does that make sense? Like, I try to keep in mind that, like, this is a game. It's not actually that serious. Nothing is that serious, but I still want to show my body and my spirit and my soul that I care for it. So that's why I like to put things in it that makes it feel good. I hope that's making sense, because again, like, sometimes I still like to eat the snacks that I like, and you know, it's not always the best thing. My stomach starts to cramp up usually right after, but I satisfied my flesh want, and that is okay. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't even have to not eat meat for the rest of your life. Like, basically, I would just want to, if I did ever eat meat again, I guess I would want it to be somewhere where they value what is going into the food more, what they're doing to the animals, where the animals are coming from, all that stuff. Like, I just feel like other countries have a lot more values than we do when it comes to, excuse me, how food is safe for us to consume. It's sad, but it's true. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're trying to go vegan, do it, one, because it's a great idea. And I mean, literally, you have your whole life. Even if you think, oh, I'm 60, I've been eating like this forever, it doesn't matter. You can literally decide to be whoever you want any day. Any day. And I just think that people scared themselves out of becoming vegan because they don't believe in themselves. Like, isn't it sad? You would expect somebody else to believe in you for, I don't know, say a job opportunity, but you can't even believe in yourself that you can actually stop doing something you've been doing your whole life. I don't know. I don't think that's a good way to look at it if you actually want, you know, better health, or I don't know, just more improvement. The hardest thing was, yes, not eating the chicken, because that was actually my favorite meal, hot wings. It was literally my favorite meal by far. And now, like, and that's the thing, I actually have tried meat within this almost 2-year time that I have not been eating meat. I had like a meatball, and I think I had, I had like shrimp, and both of them were just off. Like, because I've been going for at least, I think, 3 months without consuming any type of meat, and then just trying it to see, like, do I really miss this? The texture is just too much. Like, I'm just used to eating softer food now, so the texture was off for me. And that's the thing, like, the meat itself doesn't really taste good. We think it does, but really it's just the breading, the sauce, the seasoning. But you can do that with anything. Like, I make fake meat out of walnuts, mushrooms, and beans. I make meat out of that all the time, and it tastes really good, and it's not as heavy as, say, some beef or some chicken, and it's great. I mean, I know it takes getting used to, but I remember now the thought I was having before was, how did it change me, in the sense that, my body changed a lot. Like, I dropped a lot of weight. And that's the thing, like, I've never been a big person. I've never been a super duper small person either, but like, I've always been in that middle where I'm at like the healthy weight that's considered generally healthy. So I was around there, and I dropped. So say I was about like 120, 125. I think 131 was the heaviest I've ever been. And that was when I was like working out and actually getting a lot of protein and all that stuff in. But I was about like 109, 108. I was like, oh my gosh. And when you're not a big person and you drop 10 pounds, people see it and they know. And the thing is, I felt a little bit insecure myself because, you know, like, we don't, I mean, I don't know, some girls, they do want to be super skinny, but I don't want to be super skinny. Like, I've always just wanted to be like a little thick. Like, I don't know, because I guess I feel like, one, my clothes won't fit me right if I'm not, and two, it's just I like how that looks for my body personally. But that did dig at my confidence, and not to mention how family members would be saying things, or friends, well, not really friends, but just people would be saying things about it, and it's like, well, one, you don't think I already notice, and two, like, if I commented on your weight, would that make you feel happy and comfortable? No. So that was just a lot for me to handle at that time, and I was so unsure of how to basically rebalance myself in my protein intake, which honestly, you don't need as much protein as you think, my overall food intake. But the problem was, one, my body was getting used to having less calories, and two, I wasn't sure what to eat. That's one of the main things about being vegan, is literally, what do I eat? But if you really think about it, there's so much to eat, because anything that was created by men, or for us to basically become sick and need their doctors and their dentist, all that stuff, for us to need, that stuff was not even, our good intentions were not in mind, basically. With this uncertainty came stress, and stress also helps you to lose weight, if you didn't know, but not in a good way. It would just really be a struggle, and at one point I was basically only eating fries. Like, not only, but it's quick, it's everywhere. You won't fit in as well as everybody else. Like, in school, it's kind of like a melting pot, like prison, but I'll do that in another video. But basically, we're all forced to be in this one way, and we're all expected to basically get around the same grades and all behave the same and all have the same attention span. But the truth is, everybody is different in some way, shape, or form, and you can't really change people like that. I mean, unless you condition them, which there's so many things that have conditioned us to be the way that we are, whether that be school or just the way our society is. It's just so much. But basically, if you were the one person in school that always packed your lunch, but everybody always got lunch out the snack line, everybody would always make you feel weird about it, but actually they're just mad because their parents don't care about them enough to make them their meal. And that's the hard thing that people don't want to realize. But people will basically try and make you feel bad because they know they could never even try to comprehend what you're doing. Like, that's the thing. Like, people, most of the time, your haters are your fans. Like, I'll give you another example. Let me think. For example, like, if somebody's always saying, like for example, I have locks. Why do you never comb your hair? Why do you never change your hairstyle? When they're probably just mad that their hair can't look like this. Or, like, I don't know. It's just certain people make fun of what they can't have, or people like to project, and it's like, okay, well, if you're unhappy with how you are right now, that's nobody's problem but yours. Like, that's another thing. You can't let other people decide how you're gonna live the rest of your life, because if you do, then whose life is it? Yours or theirs? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound super judgmental. That's another thing. Like, I'm trying to basically make you think about this in a bigger way than just, oh, it's too hard. Like, Life is hard. I keep saying this. I just said this recently to one of my friends, like, life has been hard literally forever. Like, remember when, well, not really, I don't remember it, but remember when you literally couldn't walk? Remember when you needed assistance using the bathroom? And now it's second nature? We're meant to change. We're literally always supposed to change. So you would let something like diet determine, oh yeah, that is just impossible. I can't do that. Like, why? Especially if it would give you a better life. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I do get really tired, but that's another video that I would like to bring into. But it's for different reasons. But I feel like once I'm up, I'm very energized. And one, my skin, I never had problem skin, but also my skin just looks pretty good. And that's all over, not just on my face, on my back too. My back used to have discoloration. And I think it was because of a lack of minerals and vitamins. Because in our daily American diet, we do not get minerals and vitamins how we should. And nobody goes outside. It's Juneteenth and nobody's outside. I mean, maybe some people are, but, you know, like, I don't know. I just feel like if it's gonna help you in the long run, it's worth it. Say hi, Scribbles. My buddy. Hey, this is me from the editing room, and real quick, I just wanted to add, possibly for more specifically melanated beings, another reason why you might not want to go vegan is because then you can't fully enjoy a cookout anymore. And I completely get why people feel like, oh my gosh, like, I really can't do it, because that is your sense of bonding with your family. But if this family is really worth bonding over, trust me, there will definitely be more things to do with them. But if you only see them during cookouts, your relationship is not that strong. I'm sorry, it's just not. Because if it was, you would be talking to them outside of the cookouts, you would be seeing them outside of it. But if that's all they are to you, then I don't really think this relationship is worth you, you know, having super high medical bills when you get older. Because that's the thing, some people say vegan food is expensive, but you're going to spend your money here buying, you know, food that will help your health rather than spending it all on medical bills for people who barely even helped you and only made you worse, actually. So, yeah! So, some suggestions for people just starting out vegan. TikTok and YouTube are definitely your best friends. They definitely do have a lot of good recipes. Suggestions. So,
you know what the animals would say to you if they could speak? Don't kill me! Where'd my tooth go?
One of my main suggestions is to look at those YouTubers / TikTokers and look at some recipes and see which ones you like that, you know, seem similar to something you used to eat. My second suggestion is pack your food. Cook your food. Bring it with you. I don't know why this is so itchy. I've been scratching it this whole video. But anyway, pack your food wherever you're going, especially if you're going to be out for more than 3 hours. Please pack some food. Also, know that you don't have to eat that much. Like, you don't have to eat 3 times a day. You don't. Like, literally, who is saying that? America? And America is literally one of the most obese countries. Yeah, I don't think we need to listen to them. I don't think we do. Anyway, so I eat twice a day. Rarely I eat 3 times a day, but one of those meals may be a smoothie, like for breakfast, or avocado toast, or just fresh fruit like watermelon. And then the second meal will be usually bigger. Like, to make like a bunch of videos to basically replace my TikTok, because we'll get into that. I have so much to talk to you guys about. There's so much to talk about because I don't have my TikTok anymore. There's a reason for that as well, and I plan to also make a video on that. But if you can go on TikTok and you still have the app, you can go on my account, I am awake. I think there might have been numbers behind it, but it's I am awake and my name is Naya, Naiya, and you should see some of my recipes. And that's the thing, not all of those recipes are 100% mine. Some of them are from other vegan YouTubers, but I did make it my own, and how I seasoned it or what things I might have taken out. Like, even if it's just one ingredient taken out, it changes the entire flavor of something. So just have fun. I mean, like, again, it's not that serious. If you can't do it this week, okay, you can. The point is you're trying. Like, literally give yourself a break. If you're trying, I'm already so proud of you. Because literally, like, as long as you're trying, as long as you're giving it your all, you are doing amazing. And that's what matters, honestly. 1000% on that one. Salads, burritos, tacos, pasta, ramen, like, all those things are things that people eat without being vegan, but you know, those are great to incorporate into starting to become vegan. But make sure you eat your greens and your fruits. They are very important. They are more important than the creminis and the walnuts or any type of mushroom or nut, because you don't really need meat as much as you think. We need sunlight and we need fruit and vegetables. Fruits I recommend, it's probably a mosquito bite. Fruits I recommend, watermelon and cucumber. Those are the most important fruits you'll ever have, because they are like literally probably 95% fruit. I mean, 95% water. Like, they have so much water content, and that's the H3O you actually need to hydrate your body and to really get all your bodily functions moving right. Starting your day off with a smoothie is a great idea. I usually do that, or just some type of fruit, because it's perfect to get your digestive fire starting. Like today I had a mango for breakfast. I mean, yeah, I had more food later, but that was just the first thing to start my digestion, because when you first wake up, you're basically in a evacuate mode. Like, basically you're trying to get all the stuff you had in your stomach last night out. So it's best to eat something like fruit or fruit juice, drink it to basically get that moving, because, you know, fruit only takes like, I think, 40 minutes to digest. So of course that's gonna help. Or you can have some tea, even better. But yeah, I just think everybody should, or at least strive to eat in this way. Like, maybe you don't even have to stop eating meat, but definitely limit it to maybe once a week, because honestly, I can always tell you that meat is doing more harm than it is good. If you just look at how long it takes to digest compared to the other things, and look at our teeth, we're not supposed to be doing that. Look at our nails. This is I slammed my head in the door. Hopefully it goes away soon, but these aren't meant to rip flesh. Are you kidding me? They're meant to peel mangoes. They're meant to peel whatever else we want to eat. So yeah, I mean, again, I can't tell anybody how to live. I can't force anybody to do anything, but I can recommend, and I just want everybody to be healthier. Anyway, I'm so glad that you tuned into this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something from it, and also that it challenged you a little bit to want to do things that you don't normally do. Or just you wanted to share it. I don't know. I hope it helped you in some way on today. And I hope that you feel the need to share this with other people, just so they can know that, one, they're not alone, and two, that is not as hard as they think. Yeah. And I love you guys. I love you, and I hope you have an amazing day and week, and you're awesome. Bye. Say bye, Scribbles. He's sleepy. Bye-bye.
You know what the animals would say to you if they could speak? Don't, Kelly! Where'd my tooth go?